Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Perth Motorplex for night number 1 of the USA Invasion Tour for season 27-2018. The race meeting is a big one. The biggest field of late models in Australia, but the national title. It's the opening night of the Candilo Steel City Late Model Nationals. 5 Americans here with 4 Eastern State drivers to compete against WA's best in what is going to be a high horsepower event. Here at the Perth Motorplex, a massive half-bank track, what is going to be absolutely suited for our late model competitors, with many racing seen 3 to 4 wide, and it's the best track we've got. This clay is very dense, and what we see here is a track able to open up. It might look wet now, but come later on in the night when we get to that 40-lap feature race, it will blow off, it will be very slick, and we'll see late models at their best. Who's going to win? Well, who knows? We've got 5 of America's best, as we already said, headed up by probably Devin Moran, who finished second to Steve Francis in every single round of the USA Invasion Tour last year. Up, though, is Joe Godsey. Quick time in official practice on Wednesday and was on song. Only a 1/10 of a second off the track record for 1 lap. What can he do tonight? He's already had 1 race meeting here on Boxing Night. Was a non-finisher after he blew a left rear tyre, but what we saw on Wednesday might be things to come. Also newcomers, a veteran, Jeff Rossi, for the first time from Arkansas, plus one of the young drivers in Tyler Erb from New Waverly, Texas. What a turnaround season 2017 was compared to 2016 for himself, with wins on the UMP Summer Nationals, just to name a couple of them. We talk now about the Australians, headed up by the first Australian to win an A-main in America, in Craig Vosbergen in the XR1 Rocket. Very quick around here and be one to watch. Including that is our XLI Pro Dirt Series regulars, including what is our series leader in the Zero Show, the O Show of Brad Blake. Blake has probably got the most amount of wins in a late model in Australia, with over 5 national championships to his name. A veteran of the sport, but still knows how to use that right foot. So sit back, crack a titty, as we're about to sling some dirt into your living room. Middleburg, Florida's Jason Fitzgerald. Jason, a little bit of an excursion to be over here, but lucky enough you're here.
Yeah, real lucky to be here, actually. Our flight got delayed the first time, and hell, they didn't want to get me over here till the 17th, so we fought, and that wasn't going to work. But yeah, man, we had to go back home for a couple of days, and then we actually I think it took us 30-something hours to get here this time, and we got here yesterday about 1:30. So luckily it all worked out, because I about had a fit over there in the airport when they told me I wasn't going to be able to come. But man, we're happy to be back. Feels good to be here and see everybody that we met last year and all the fans and the people. It's a great atmosphere.
New Waverly, Texas, Tyler Erb, first trip to Australia, and you got to experience some nightlife last night. How do you feel being here in Australia?
Oh, it's awesome, man. It's a totally different atmosphere. Definitely a lot more laid back. A lot different people. Maybe not the people at the racetrack, but all the people in the state. It's just really cool. I'm excited to be here and race today and hopefully put on a show. Second
in XLI Pro Dirt Series points for 2017-18, Jay Carty. Jay, around this time of the year, you've already got a series win. You haven't so far. What do you think's holding you back?
Look, we've been close. We've got some good fast times. We just haven't sort of had the roll of the dice when we needed to. But we're happy where we need to be. We're running second in points. We're good in the Motorplex points. Like I said, we've been setting some fast times. So we're not worried. I think we're going to be a good show tonight. And yeah, I think we'll be a real chance.
Away as the green lights and green flags go on. And it's the number 7 car of Jason Fitzgerald, the American boy. Leads him into Plus Fitness. Back in second place is the number 10 car, numero 11 Mendez. Then we find number 8 in young Vosbergen. What a drive! He's gone past 3 cars. He went on the outside, so young Vosbergen's got his mind right on the job tonight as they thunder down the back straight. What about this for late model racing? Wow, the big man from Cannington, he is on a roll. Oh, what a drive! Vosbergen, Fitzgerald, then Mendez, a good drive from young Mendez, then back to Amajuri, but the former West Australian champion in Craig Vosbergen, he's got the wick wound up. and he's just driving an absolute wheels off this car as he goes into plus fitness for the second time and down the back straight, being chased hard by Fitzgerald. Wow, this is great late model racing. Out of Sims they come, men locked together in mortal combat, past our broadcast position. 4 laps down and 4 to go. On the high line comes young Vozzy. Then we find the young American back in second place into all flag signs. Well, this is a brilliant race as young Vosbergen is driving absolutely a clinic. This is so good to see as he comes out of Wormald Civil. They have got 2 laps to go past our broadcast position the next time, but Vosbergen has come from position 4 and took the lead on the lap number 1, and what a drive he's got. 1 lap to go. This is an unbelievable race. We want to hear this loud and clear, Quinana. This has been one of the best races ever seen here for late models. Come on now, put your hands together for young Craig Vosbergen out of Sims. What a drive! What a drive! A brilliant drive in the number 8 car.
You're lacking omega-3s, aren't you? All right, here we go. Into the main straight they come, and they're away and racing. He won't get rolled here, will he, Kai Blight? He'll be too good for him. He's off the front. Here comes Brad Blake. Sure, geez, run into the American there, and Joe Godsey. Godsey and Blake have come together. Blake's lost some ground. He's gone back to 4th place. Good Lad comes in underneath him. Levelled up here in the main straight. They're side by side. He knows he's got a race on now, does the young West Australian. As down underneath him goes the American in Godsey. Brad Blake. Good Lad, he goes next. Then we've got Hicks and Ben Nicastri who are in 5th and 6th positions. Then Moon, Powell, Chalmers and Bilby as we have a 16.56. White flag is out last time as they come around in the main straight. The race leader does it nicely. Beautiful drive by Godsey from the US of A.
They all look pretty good from here as the green lights and green flags go on. The American, then we find Cameron Pearson, the Victorian, Warren Oldfield, Simon McNabb, Comrie Bailey and Nathan Callahan. But the race leader at the moment is Ryan Fennick. Well, if he wins this race, Jason's got to ask him, is he in relation to the boxer? As young Devon Moran takes the lead. The man from Ohio, of course, his father was Donnie Moran, who was a world-famous man. He won the $1 million race to win the Magic Million race in America a few years ago, and the young fellas following in the footsteps. But here they go, lapping around very quickly. A 16.182 for Devon Moran. Back in second place is Fennick. Now that Steve Francis is not racing, maybe this year could be his year. They come out of Sims and across the line first. It is the 51 car of Moran.
So they get together. Go now. There, that's better. Side by side, 3 wide goes up high, wide and handsome goes Paul Stubber. Stubber got the energy now to get past. Michael Holmes goes with him. Stubber draws to the front.
In front of him, plus fitness turn.
Yeah.
Bob.
Guess what? Stick around. He was actually on record, under the record pace at that time too.
Wow. And their business associates as we get going again, and Paul Stubber, who, as Jason Crow said, was under record pace, 16.08. You can see that over there on the Candilo steel time clock. That was his lap 3 time. This is lap number 4. You'll get a bit of an idea, and normally when you've got a start like this, you'll get a similar result, but he's well outside it. A second, in fact, just over a second, as Stubber goes down the back straight. Already opens up a margin on Michael Holmes, his second. 3rd place at the moment is the David Doherty car from New South Wales. Cardi, Watt, McCann, Kirby, Mackinstock, and unfortunately for Jason Bond, he had to start the rear of the field. Now that's better by Stubber. Back up to that sort of pace he was on at a 16.22 that time. Lap number 5 of 8, coming around a complete 6. He's out of turn number 4. Hopefully executes it well, because I'll see him come into my vision as there he goes. And he heads towards Plus Fitness. Second place still Holmes, Doherty and Cardi. There's a good duel on for 3rd place, isn't there? Doherty, Cardi and Watt, they're all together. 3 cars, they go down the back straight. Meantime, Stubber's well in front. White flag's out for him. All on his own. Michael Holmes is as well. 3 cars fighting it out for 3rd. Led up by Doherty. Here comes the 2 WA boys though. Cardi and Watt having a challenge now. Cardi tries the low line. Door is shut though by the visiting driver in David Doherty, but our race leader is Stubber. Comes out of turn number 4 and takes the checkered flag. Second place will go to Michael Holmes in 91, and the New South Welsham held off the challengers. What? Oh, didn't quite get Cardi on the line.
Engine, Paul Stubber. Hey, Great win there. You were under record pace when the yellow lights come on halfway through that one.
So, did we get a 5-lap record?
No, 16:08 though around here is very, very quick.
Yeah, that's not bad, and we're going to need to run pretty quick to stick with it tonight. So, we didn't qualify our best, and that was the driver didn't find the best piece of the track, but yeah, we found a good piece then. So, thank you very much.
Models here now with heat number 5, the Candilo Steel City Nationals for 2017-18. As we go into plus fitness for the first time, it is the Ryan Ludlow car leading. Willie Powell in second place, and the field sets off down the back straight. Brad Blake slips up into third place with a beautiful drive right up the back of the mark, and he's up in third place. The 81 car of Gary Dusty Higgs in amongst them too, and it's good to see Gary Higgs out there. Wow, can he drive a race car? Then we find going very well indeed the number 51 of Gary Higgs going well. Look at young Ludlow fighting with Willie Powell. They're 3 wide as they come out of Sims down the main straight. Oh, great racing. Willie Powell just got nudged out the way, and poor old Dusty Higgs. Dusty Higgs would have to feel very unfortunate there, because Dusty Higgs was bashed off the racetrack. That's all you could say. Wow, did you see that, man?
That's incredible. And how's the lack of damage in that?
Green lights and green flags, and it's the 29 car of Ludlow. Then we find back to young man doing a pretty good job in Blake. Then we find the American Ludlow sideways. He's in more trouble the early settlers at the moment, Ludlow, but the American guy moves him nicely out of the way. So now we find the Jason Fitzgerald in second place. The number 10 car moves up into third place as Tyler Erb. So now the Americans are out there settling down. Can Brad Blake stay in front? He's 0.05 of a second in front, and the 2 Americans are coming at an absolute rate of knots as they move down into all flags, signs and banners. But good to see the number 10 car taking over second place, Tyler Erb. Then we find Jonathan Fitzgerald drops back to third place now. Fine in second place, and going very well as Tyler Erb and Jason Fitzgerald. Oh, look at the American underneath young Blake. He didn't touch him and got a beautiful piece of driving the part of the American man. He come from 0.08 of a second behind. As he goes across the line is Tyler Erb in the USA 10, Brad Blake in second place.
Helmets come off. Hey, Tyler, welcome to Australia. Nice effort in that heat race, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. First rounds were just trying to get a feel. This is literally like the 10th lap I've made in this car, but just trying not to tear stuff up there. It got pretty hectic, but I just can't thank the Pearsons enough, and hopefully this puts us pretty good for the future. The track's definitely getting a lot better, and I'm really excited to be here, and especially all the fans. This is an awesome facility.
I'm going to ask you the next question. You get to race at some cool tracks over there in the US, but this would be up there with one of the best, isn't it?
Oh, this is a world-class facility, and it's an honor to race here. I'm really blessed.
Good job, buddy.
Thank y'all.
Yes, picks up a heat race win here today. Where's
Racing, they reach the start-finish line, and there they go. Bit of bumping and jostling for early position. Bond, Chalmers and Moon, they all go around in the first 3, but eventually they sort themselves out, and it's Bond who has the race lead. Chalmers, Moon, as they come around into the main straight. Veronica McCann up also in the first 5. She's dropped back 1 spot. Godsy's up there into third now, trying to get through into second. He's down on the low line as they shoot down the back straight. It's Bond, Chalmers and Godsy. Godsy now in the 14, goes through to second place. Charges underneath the Australian car of Joey Chalmers, and into the main straight they come. Still a couple of laps to go in the race. This is the 7th. This is going to be the white lap flag. White flag coming out with Joe Godsy in front. Godsy into the main straight. Down with 1 lap to go. Stubber, look at him. He is flying. He's going faster than anybody else in the race. 16.54, 16.57 for Godsy, so it's marginal. But the American is again going to follow the theme. American in the previous 2 heats. And Joe Godsy this time. He joins one of his countrymen, Tyler Erb, who won the previous heat.
Received a boomerang earlier tonight as a bit of a welcome gift there. You must be loving this track right now, Joe G.
Yeah, the track's good. We're having fun. We're learning every time we're on it, and we just got to keep going.
Thanks, mate.
We've got 40 laps coming up later on. You guys are used to running 100 lappers around here. What's going to be the attack, you think?
You know, I think as fresh as we are to this track, we're just gonna have to give it our best guess and go from there. I wish I knew the track better, but I don't.
Green lights and green flags once again, and it's the number 11 car of Mendez. What a start he got that time, beautiful. He got the slingshot as he went in the first turn. Oh, back in the place, in the back 5th place now is Craig Vosberg. He's got a hard job ahead of him as the young Fenwick takes the lead. Vosbergen scrapes the concrete wall as they move down the main straight here at the Perth Motorplex on Quinana Beach. Fenwick out in front. Back in 2nd place is Amagiri, a young kid from Bayswater Place. So they're all going very hard and fast at the moment into Plus Fitness. Look at Craig Vosbergen, grabs 2nd place. Moving down the back straight, 3 wide as they go into all flags, banners and signs. Craig Vosbergen driving the wheels off the number 8 car, but the 15 car of Oldfield grabs 2nd place now. Mendez back in 3rd, Amagiri's in amongst them as well. Plenty of action here at the Motorplex, but our race leader, young Fenwick, is right out in front now. Lap number 5, 3 to go, because that's a guarantee a question that'll Matt Noddy will ask as they move down the back straight into all tools, flags and signs the last time. Out of Sims medal and the checkered flag to our race leader, Ryan Fenwick from Warren Oldfield, Craig Vosbergen in 3rd position.
Nice job. Not bad for the first time look at the racetrack, my man.
Man, that was friggin' awesome. It does not get any better than that. This place is a pleasure to drive on.
That's the standard response for the first time out there. Hey, you had a good run to the end of last season there, a couple of feature race wins.
Yeah, we sure did, and we've picked up right where we left off. We got this new car in the off-season from America, and things are just falling into place. We're putting podiums there, so hopefully we can just keep on reeling them in.
As they're away and racing, 19 and 60. Mackenstock on the outside. Simon McNabb, I love the 19, and it's out in front, and he charges down the back straight. It is out in front for the moment, McNabb, but Jay Carney, I reckon that might be. Where's he come from?
Brilliant.
He has come bursting out of the pack and goes to the race lead. Jay Carney, he was 5th. He was 5th a moment ago, now he's 1st. From 5th to 1st, he rather's 1st, and McNabb has to settle for 2nd. 16:51. So Carney, Moran, McNabb, Kirby. Now the pressure is right on. Jeff Roth is there as well. He goes up nice and high. So the challenge is certainly on for 4th place. There's 3 cars and 4 for the last time as he heads up nice and high to stay out of Conley and Mackenstock's way. He even backs off the gas because he knows that the checkered flag is just ahead of him, and he takes it nicely.
Good drive. It's been a lot of work behind the scenes to get to this right now. To get these Americans out here, you must be feeling pretty proud.
Yeah, absolutely. See 38 cars, a good crowd. I can't thank you enough. Thank you all for coming down. Late models are a great division. They put on great racing, as you can see, and we're only getting bigger and better. And you know, we had 25 last year, 38 this year. I reckon we'll crack the 50. And look, we couldn't do it without the crowd. So thank you all for coming down.
40 laps ahead of you tonight too.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we're ready. We're excited. You know, I'm a young dude, so I'm still pretty fit. It's not a problem, but we're ready to go. Just one thing. Also, Ray Markany from Ray Markany Truck Driving School, been a big supporter with me from the start. He's here tonight, him and his family. Thank you, Ray.
So away we go, racing once again for the 3rd time. Is a 3rd time lucky as Paul Joss and Simon McNabb into Plus Fitness. Down and out of Wormel Civil as they head down that back straight in towards the All Flags, signs and banners as the number 19 car of McNabb takes the lead now. Moving up the main straight, the 71 car doing a very good job of Jamie Moon. Good to see Jamie back racing, a hell of a nice young guy.
Oh,
bang, and
here
the
in the
side
rear.
goes the 14 car of Willie Powell. He was involved apparently in the last race with Dusty Hicks there in the same place. So now Dusty Hicks is well back in the pack, but driving extremely well. The number 19 car going along very well. And going very well as we see the team working hard through Plus Fitness. Simon McNabb, Paul Joss, Jaron Beelby and Jason Bond. So those 4 guys at the moment, they keep going that way. They're into the actual final at the moment. But as I said, the commentators curse. And Veronica McCann, what a drive. She's jumped up into 4th place. Now she's lost 4 places. The yellow lights come on as 4 or 5 cars spin. As the green lights go on, and it's Simon McNabb takes off very quickly from the 69 car of Paul Joss. Beelby, then Veronica McCann, the queen of the scene. Now she's driving very well as she moves through Wormel Civil. She's up in 4th place, then back to Jason Bond, then Gary Higgs. Now Gary Higgs is the big mover.
Time round, McNabb and Joss are side by side, and McCann is edging ahead of Jaron Bilby as they head down the back straight and into turn number 4 here, into the main straight. And this is going to sort out the men the women and the boys, because Veronica McCann, the queen of the scene, the car, but it looks like it is in vain as he drives the car away, goes and parks it in a nice safe zone inside the concrete fence as he turns the model in. Righto, let's get back to the racing scene, and we have the queen of the scene taking the lead, Veronica McCann. Red Hot Ronnie goes to the lead. She's driven the low line too. Rest of them meet up high, wide and handsome. She's going, hey, come down here, boys. Come and chase me. Excited as she goes around Womble Civil turn number 2 down the back straight for the very last time. McCann, Joss McDavid, Bilby. They're your first 4. They're going to be the 4 qualifiers. Veronica McCann comes out of turn number 4. And she does it. Second across the line is Joss.
Green lights and green flags, and it's Fennick leads them off the end of the main straight, and then the number 7 car of Fitzgerald into plus fitness they go. The Sims medal. The field is really settling out pretty good at the moment now. Young Fitzgerald, the American, driving the car that belongs to Ryan Halliday. 5 down and 35 to go. Here's Carl.
Well, it's the Americans who have got the early charge, and they're up in 1st, 3rd, 4th and 6th, so they hold 4 of the top 6 positions in the race, and a dominant leader at the moment. Jason Fitzgerald is going beautifully at the moment. Side by side is Godzi, and also his teammate in Devon Moran from the United States of America as they come around through 18:43 the last time round. Jason Fitzgerald is into lap traffic, and getting out of shape is the 39 car of Jared Bilby. And here's a whole heap of them are going round. Jason Fitzgerald, Devon Moran and Joe Godzi. In fact, Tyler Erb's out there, the 10 car. What happened? He got back out there, Con Migro.
Oh, there you go.
He got towed off, and he's back out there.
Brilliant. Whew, look at Johnson.
That is surprising. So he's back in the race, Tyler Erb, and he was installed into 2nd place. He was the big mover. So after being towed off the track, he's back in action, and he's charging up towards the race lead. I tell you what, Tyler Erb's going to take over here, I reckon.
Yep,
Jason Fitzgerald's driving really well, and we know that Ryan Halliday car is really solid. But from now, Tyler Erb is hot on his hammer. There's only 2 or 3 car lengths in it in the race lead. As it comes down, it was 0.5 a second the last time round. It's out to 0.8. So he is able to again maintain control as Jason Fitzgerald down the back straight they go. They're coming around to complete lap number 10. Then we go back to Moran. Kai Blight is running 4th. Godzi is 5th. Then we go back to Paul Stubber, Brad Blake, Craig Vosbergen. They're all in the top leading group of cars inside the top 10. Michael Holmes is thereabouts as well. Then we go back further in the field to Oldfield, Carney, Doherty, Goodlad, Jeff Roth, the other American, back in 14th place.
Right, so coming out of the main straight now, the number 7 Fitzgerald out in front of Erb, back there in 2nd place and going very well. He's driving as 1 car's now brought the field undone in front of Plus Fitness. So our race leaders, Jason Fitzgerald, Tyler Erb, Devon Moran, Kai Blight. Once again, and are really hustling now big time as Jason Fitzgerald, Tyler Erb there, drilling hard, trying very desperately through Womble Civil down the back straight. And the car out in front is doing a fabulous job. It's not handling as well as it could do. It's bouncing around. So the shock absorbers are really working overtime in the car. But Kai Blight starts to get the wick wound up, as with Paul Stubber and then Oldfield. So they're all amongst them here at the moment. Devon Moran's amongst them too.
In the field, they're going past one of their fellow teammates. They come around into the main straight, almost brushing side by side. He got a bit of a break here now, does the race leader Jason Fitzgerald. He got a couple of car lengths on Tyler Erb there, who had to just slow down to get through 3 cars that were spread across the racetrack. But the Americans are really putting on a great show here. Blight and Stubber aren't going away. Joe Godzi, Devon Moran, Warren Oldfield, Jay Carney, they are up in your top 8. Vosbergen and David Doherty from New South Wales is up in the top 10. 7 out of 89, 20 laps down, and we have, what do we have? 20 to go, Con Migro.
Yes, 20 to go, and here we find What a race. This is an absolute ripper. The two West Australians are doing a fabulous job, but here we find young Fitzgerald still ahead of
And down the back straight goes our race leader, and the margin's gone out to over 2 seconds. The American Jason Fitzgerald driven an absolute ripper. He's lapping cars. David Doherty now, who's in 9th place, is lapping the 9th place car. He's in front and he's lapping the 9th place car. Did I say that already? 29 laps down, about to come around and complete number 30. Down the back straight goes our race leader. Into turn number 4 he comes, and we've got 10 laps to go. Right. What sort of cars have they got now? You've got to remember we've had 36 laps. Kai Blight, dummies down to the inside. I thought he was going to go inside the white cone there for a moment, and that would have been the wrong thing to do, because he would have been penalised and picked for that, but he was able to get back up onto the raceway, gets all on the outside of the white cone, which is extracted from the racetrack, and it is, as we stopped, it starts, and it is Fitzgerald, Blight, Herb and Stubber. Your top 4, they haven't changed. In fact, none of the top 6 have. Godsey and Oldfield are still running in the next group. And then we go back to Craig Vosberg, and as I said, he is a lap down, so whilst he's running in that position at the moment, he is a lap down from the top half dozen cars. Fitzgerald on lap 38. He is also followed by Blight, Herb, Stubber and Godsey, Oldfield, Vosberg and Goodland, Josh Roth and Doherty. Round out your top 10 as down the back straight they go, and he has gone right away, Jason Fitzgerald. He's got open racing room in front of him, and he says white flag. Thank God for that. He takes a deep breath, drives the car around turn number 1 for Plus Fitness, around Wobble Civil turn 2, down the back straight as he heads to all flag signs and banners turn number 3, and he'll head into Sims Metal Management at turn number 4. He'll come out 3/4 track high, and Jason Fitzgerald wins. Second place goes to Herb, third to Blight, fourth it goes to Stubber, Godsey, Oldfield.
Winner tonight, the USA number 7 Longhorn chassis, Jason Fitzgerald. You've got that black cat off your back finally.
Finally, man, it feels good. I mean, I got to thank Ryan and his family and for first of all inviting us over here in the series, and everybody in the racetrack, all the fans, you know, that allow us to come over here and do it. And we had a good starting spot, so that helped us the way the racetrack was. I mean, had traction up top all night. It was really, really rough, but I felt like that's the place I tried and needed to stay, you know, whether if I was on the ground or off the ground. But I don't know what it was like behind me, but I have my hands full, and man, just thankful to get the win and come over here and win for Ryan and his family and all they do for us, and it's pretty awesome.
After what was going on Monday with the flights being delayed and everything, did you think you'd be standing here on the top step?
No, I did not, actually. I thought I was going to be at my house watching it on TV when they kept telling me they weren't going to get me no flight. So sometimes you got to go through stuff like that and shake it off, and you know, we made it. And man, you know, our first heat race we were good. I got a little tight and slipped up there. And our second heat race just wasn't that good. And then the feature, you know, the car was good for the conditions we were in. So it all worked out for us tonight. Thank the good Lord above, and all the people at home that help us and help us out while I'm gone, you know, to get things ready for over there. And I don't know what to say. It just feels awesome to get that win.
7th to 2nd for Tyler Erb, but it could have been first there. That car was real quick.
Yeah, coulda, woulda, shoulda. I think I messed up on my part. I only had a couple tear-offs on there, and it just got so choppy there. But it's no excuse. He was a good car all night, and he qualified better. He started up front, and he didn't have to abuse his stuff quite like we did. But we had a really good car, and it got better. You know what I mean? Like, I've made 60 laps ever in this car in the state of Australia. Other than that, you know, and from hot laps to first heat to second heat to feature, we got better every time. So I'm really excited for the next couple of races. I think we still have a lot left in the tank, and that's a good thing.
Especially in that middle section of the race as well, where you're going through lap traffic right behind Fitzgerald. Do you feel that little bit of a sniff that you could take the victory?
Yeah, man, I had plenty of opportunity, but it's so hard to get off that cushion, especially when there's so many lappers and they're darting and dodging. You know, you really don't know where to be, and I wasn't going to wreck him. And I mean, I've got a bad rap for myself back in the States, and this isn't my equipment, and it's really, I'm just honored that they trusted me to drive their stuff. So I tried to play it as safe as possible, and really was surprised at how good we were doing for not just hustling it. And then on that last restart there, I really turned the wick up, but got back to second, and it was an awesome run. I can't be more happy. This is definitely a venue I want to come back to for years and years to come.
3rd place tonight, the first Australian home, Kaya Blight. We're not used to seeing you on the bottom, but it seemed to stick.
Yeah, man, our car was fantastic. You know, as I said before to you, Morgs, you know, we had a really good long run car, and we just kind of chipped away at it, and had fantastic, turn and traction off the corner, and yeah, we just got rolling there, and got past them guys, and then I don't want to make excuses, but brake pedal went to the floor and I just couldn't pull it up, and then we just had to ask too much of it and got a little loose. But hey, look, just so happy, Morgs. Everyone on this car, Albany Forklifts and Industries came on and helped provide this race car, and Blotts Auto Electrics, Beck's Transport, Saddlers Butchers. They're all here tonight, supporting us. So really, really happy to come home with a third place finish. But what could have been, mate?